Hi everybody, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Khong Driving, and we are just on one of the side roads somewhere in SS2 because we are in the Toyota Yaris 1.5G and we're going to check out the fuel consumption. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of mixed driving, a little bit of city driving, and also a little bit of this LDP to give you a good picture of how much this car can do. The motor fuel consumption is about 7 liters per 100 kilometers, yeah? And we'll work out how many kilometers per liter that is later. My math is not that good. But what we're going to do is we're going to reset the meter. You look at the meter in front of you. I'm going to reset. Okay, now it's 0, and the trip meter is down here, is 0. It's 0 kilometers per liter. Total hours of driving, 0. And the distance is also there, is now 0.1. We've gone about 100 meters. So what we're going to do is we're going to drive in a typical manner that normal people drive. The only thing is I'm not going to have any harsh acceleration. I'm just going to drive it in the sort of like, well, I'm trying to save a bit of fuel, but not really serious eco run type of driving, because I'm now going at the speed limit, which is about 80 on this highway, and we're going to follow the flow of the traffic. Now today is National Day, so I think a lot of people are staying home, but we are still at work. We are faithfully checking out the fuel consumption for your benefit, so that you know what you're getting. Okay, so the first reading has come out. We have 20.7 kilometers per liter. Now that is a little bit under 5 liters per 100 kilometers. Yeah, already it is showing a good reading, but also I must qualify that because we started the drive on the move. So normally if you sort of like take off, you take a little bit more fuel, but we started it on the move at about 40 kilometers per hour, and then we gradually built up the speed, and would you believe it? Wow, it's 25.9 kilometers per liter. Now this instrumentation is what you call what you see is what you get, yeah? These are instruments that came with the car. I must qualify that they are not calibrated, but it's an indication, yeah, of how economical the car is. And right now it shows the average over the last 2.3 kilometers is 27.6 kilometers per liter. Oh my gosh, oh, that's really great. But guys, this is what the CVT is all about. This is the reason why a lot of car makers are opting to go the route of the CVT, because if you're a normal driver, and that makes up about 85 to 90% of the people who drive on the road, yeah, you will not even know the difference between a CVT or non-CVT, because when you're driving at this speed, everything just happens automatically. It just behaves like any other automatic. So we're now going at about 70 following the flow of traffic, and you can hear nothing. You can hear the Hilux that went past, because and that motorbike that just passed us. Other than that, you don't hear anything because it's so silent. Soundproofing is also one of the virtues of a car maker, and this car is actually quite well insulated. Now, just remember, this is a B segment car, yeah. So you got to compare it based on other B segment cars. And right now, what we are hearing is basically the tire noise, yeah, noise from the tires. So this is a hatch, so the internal soundproofing is not as good as a sedan. Yeah, that's the harsh truth. But it's relatively quiet, and we are just enjoying the drive. And oh my gosh, it's 26.3 kilometers per liter. It's supposed to be like now 7 liters per 100. That would be about maybe 15 or 16 kilometers Yeah, per liter. My math is not that good. Yeah, you can correct me. Yeah, 7 liters would be about 13 to 14 kilometers per liter, and we are getting 26. Yes, of course, we haven't stopped. There's no traffic light, there's no nothing. So therefore, this is the fuel consumption that we are getting because there's no impedance on the road. Now, if every time you stop at the traffic light or you stop and let the engine run while you wait for your tapao to come from the shop, you know, that all adds up to your fuel consumption. So this is what you call true fuel consumption of driving on the road. And so far, I am really, really amazed, man. Yeah, so I've got some good results in other cars with big engines, you know, and I was happy with like 15 or 16 kilometers per liter. But now on a 1.5, we are looking at 26.5 kilometers per liter. And we've just gone 5.9. But of course, at this stage in the fuel consumption test, the mileage, or rather the consumption figures, are really, really subject to a lot of change. That is because of things that cause fuel consumption to go up, like stop-start traffic, like climbing up a hill, things like that lah. So what we're going to do now is we should go to the Federal Highway. Yes. I didn't plan the route this morning, but I wanted to have some kind of like a mixed type of driving to show you what it can do, or rather to test for myself what it can do. Now, there's no point in getting stuck in the traffic jam, okay? Because it's actually senseless. So your fuel consumption will depend on what distance you drove over that time that you were stuck in the traffic jam. Yeah. So if you happen to use up 10 liters, no, that's too much. Let's say you used up 2 liters for 1 kilometer of crawl because you were stuck in a massive traffic jam. Then for that 1 kilometer, you used up 2 liters of fuel. So in 100 kilometers, you would use a lot of fuel. Yes, if you were crawling lah. But life is about a mixture of things that you do, and I think today the results will be very, very good because we are actually not in a very heavy traffic condition. Yeah, but well, you still get an idea of the type of consumption you can get. So this is one thing good about the CVT. It really promotes good consumption. And if you just accelerate very gently, you know, and like normal, but of course not at the expense of road safety. Yeah, if you're overtaking a car very, very slowly and there's no space for others to pass you, then you should actually accelerate a bit and get out of harm's way, because you don't want to be a moving chicane and kena honked and scolded by other people on the road. Okay, so because of that little bit of overtaking, and we have increased the speed. Yeah, we've increased the speed to about 81, 82, and we are getting 24.8 kilometers per liter, which is still very, very impressive. And we have traveled 8.6 kilometers. Okay, so how heavy is the car? Well, that's me, fat little me, and then we have a little ballast here. We have a secret passenger who does not wish to be known. Hi. So she's just sitting there looking very bored because we're going at 80 kilometers per hour. And we're traveling along the Federal Highway. Yes, thank you, Mr. Government, for allowing us to travel freely within the state, because that actually helps us to do our work. So we are in the information providing business. Yeah, we provide information, mostly about cars, of course, and TV sets and how to wash cars. So we share our knowledge so that people can make their lives better. So we're going along the Federal Highway, and fuel consumption has dropped a little bit to 23.7 kilometers per liter. We are going at about almost 90 kilometers per hour. I'm not quite sure what's the speed limit here. I hope we don't break any speed limits. 23.5, and we've gone 11 kilometers. So let's go a little bit more. See, it's dropping now because we are increasing the speed. Wow, it's been a long time since I drove on this Federal Highway, and it's been a long time since the traffic has been so light. Yeah, good on you guys. Everybody is staying home on National Day to spend time with the family and also to stay safe. Now, both of us are already fully vaccinated and we live in the same house, so that's why we don't have to wear a mask, yeah? We've gone 12.5 kilometers and we have got 23 kilometers per liter. And what we're going to do now is we are going to keep to the left. We're going to go along Jalan Maruf. We've got to try to get a bit of city driving, otherwise all these keyboard warriors will start saying it's not true lah. But anyway, guys, what you see is what you get. So you can make your own judgment based on the testing that we are doing, and then you can make your own inferences. So I'm not here to defend what I do and how I do it. It's just this is what we are doing and these are the results you are getting. That's it. Okay, so we are, I think I've taken this route before on another fuel consumption run, and yeah, so you can maybe make some comparison. Okay, now the reading is 23.6 kilometers per liter, which is still quite good. Oh, a lot of people going to school today. That's the entrance to University Malaya. There's a huge jam, so there must be some open day or something. Not too sure. Okay, just to add a bit of spice to our fuel consumption run, we're going to climb a hill to give it some authenticity. Okay, we're going to climb up this hill, and we are starting this hill climb with 23.5 kilometers per liter. This is Jalan Bukit Pantai. So it's quite a high climb, and we've gone 14.4 kilometers. Okay, we're going to go up. Immediately it dropped to 23.3, and we're still going up. I wish I could go a bit faster because that would be better. But you know, there's a car in front of us. Oh, okay, it's pulling to one side. No, it's not. So we have 22.4. Thank you. He's patrolling, so he's slowing down so that he can see all the things around him. But we are on an economy run, yes. Not the economy run, we're on a fuel consumption test, yes. So we are climbing up Bukit Pantai. Oh, it has dropped. Now it's 21.4 kilometers per liter. Yeah, it's hard work, man, climbing up the hill. And it's 21 now. But don't worry, for every uphill there is a downhill. 20.6. And oops, sorry. There was a hump in the road. Now it's downhill and we are freewheeling. Okay, gotta slow down a bit. And we're freewheeling down the hill. We're still in gear though. Now it's 21.0. 21.1. Yeah, this is typical testing. So you get a bit of uphill again, and so you can say that these results are quite indicative of what the car can actually do, because this, sorry, okay, we'll stop at the traffic light. I remembered we have to turn left at the last minute, my mistake. Okay, more uphill, and we've dropped to 20.3, which is still very much in the green zone. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we are in the eco mode. Yes. In eco mode, you will save a lot more fuel, because what the system does is it changes gear earlier for you, and also it restricts the amount of acceleration you can get by restricting the amount of fuel you get when you accelerate. Yeah, so you get a more linear type of acceleration. So that's why I forgot to tell you, yes, I put it into eco mode earlier because I didn't want to forget to do it. And I also have a confession to make. When I drove this car to Uluyam a couple of days ago, I forgot to turn on the sports mode, so I just used normal mode. But still, the car performed very well. Okay, so now we are somewhere in Bangsa, and we are going to end up near the Bangsa shopping complex. We are in the hilly area at the top of Bangsa Hill. Yes. And we are still climbing up a slope, and we are getting 19.4 kilometers per liter, which is already a very impressive number. You hardly see 19 kilometers per liter, you know. Yeah, so your overall consumption may be different from time to time, but it's good for you to know that whilst you are driving like this, you are actually enjoying very good fuel economy. So that's the saving grace you can get if you buy this car. Yes. Actually, I'm quite impressed. I've never done a fuel consumption test on a car like this for a long time. Yeah. So far, we've been doing fuel consumption tests on cars that people suspect to have high fuel consumption, you know. So we test that to check it out. And the Yaris has always been a very economical car, but everybody sort of like took it for granted. And to me, 10 kilometers per liter is like very good, yeah. And that's my benchmark lah. You know, about 10 kilometers per liter. But now we are getting 19.2 with that steep hill. From 23.7 it dropped to 19.2. Okay, so that was about I don't know how to calculate, 3.7 plus 0.8. Yeah, That is 4.5 kilometers per liter was lost from the hill, that hill. So now we are stopped at the traffic light. Now this car doesn't have an auto start stop, the idling stop, yeah? And so we are still running the engine, and at this moment we are probably running at 1 liter per hour. That's the kind of typical fuel consumption you will get if you are idling an engine around this size. About 1 liter per hour. So if you have to sit in your car for 1 hour waiting for your girlfriend, it will cost you 2 ringgit and 7 cents at today's fuel price. I think that's the price of a liter of fuel today. And it has dropped down to 19.0 kilometers per hour, and we're heading back towards PJ. We have done 17.9 kilometers and 18 kilometers. So our test should cover about 30 something kilometers, and that would be about the type of distance I would cover in a normal consumption test, because we do have some restrictions, you know. The battery on the cameras don't last that long, because we wanted to show a seamless video that proves to you that we are not bluffing on the fuel consumption and all that, you know. You can stop the camera, edit and do things like that. So we are not fixing the results, we are showing you the results as we see it. Now we are heading back towards Petaling Jaya. We have done 18.8. And our reading now is 19.1. Well, you guys know it was 23.7 when we were climbing the hill, right? Okay, now we are overtaking. I had to accelerate a bit because there's a very fast car behind me. Okay, we pull over to the left. Thank you very much. Now you can overtake me. And here's the fast car that was behind me, overtaking me on the right. Yeah. Okay, our consumption is 19.0. Are you having fun watching this video? You can always fast forward to the end and see what we get, yeah? But I think the results will be quite good. Okay, the speed limit, oh no, is 60. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we are near 60, yes. And of course, we keep the fast lane available for others to overtake. We are sort of like keeping up with the flow and trying not to exceed the speed limit, things like that. Okay, we are approaching a toll, and we are going to go through it. Yes, I have money in my smart bag. Well, there's a car stuck inside. He's reversing. Okay, we have 19.5 kilometers per liter. Wow. A little bit above 5 liters per 100 kilometers. So this is actually a very good result. Okay. We have done 21.8 kilometers. I want to try to get 30 kilometers, so we will take another loop. It's 22 kilometers and we have 19.5, which is incredible, really incredible. Okay, we're gonna take the left and go along the LDP. We can go straight on to the NKVE, but we want a condition where there is some traffic, so it's a bit more authentic. Fuel consumption, yes. Okay, so at about 60 kilometers per hour, I think we're in top gear. We are pulling about 1,000 RPM, now 1,200 RPM. Of course, when you accelerate, it may change down to a lower ratio because this is a CVT and it's continuously variable, so we don't know what ratios are being used. And it will give you the most efficient gear that enables the highest amount of torque to go to the engine. So you can help by just using a normal and light throttle and drive smoothly. But again, don't be a nuisance to other people. Yeah, so we are not in the fast lane, we are in the middle lane because we are going faster than this motorbike. Wow, that's very strange. A grab food bike going slow. Good young man being safe. Okay, we have good news. We have got 19.6 now. And it has turned into 4 lanes, but this is the lane for going straight and this is the slow lane for going straight. There's another lane on the left, and that's for people who are streaming out. And the good news is, okay, at 80 kilometers per hour, we are pulling about 1,400 RPM. That's fantastic. Yeah, you might see the meter a little bit distorted because we have a wide angle camera, and because of the steering position and all, the camera actually has to be placed very, very close to the meter. So that's why you get a bit of distortion on the ref counter that you see on your left of your picture. Yeah, and see, we are catching up with this truck. So we have 19.8 and we've done 24.9 kilometers. And we are close to 80 kilometers per hour now. We are pulling at about 1,300 something RPM. That's really fantastic, man. And guys, at this rate, we are actually getting better and better consumption. We are getting better than 19.9 because the fuel consumption numbers, rather the kilometers per liter, keep on going up. See, we've hit 20. So if you're driving your Yaris, what you can do is you can keep your speeds. Let's say you're driving in the city, yeah? You can keep your speeds at this level, and you'll be happy to know that you are getting this type of fuel consumption whilst you're driving like this. So that's how you make use of this video, how to save fuel. Of course, always remember, if there is road safety involved, then fuel consumption goes out the window. Yeah, if you have to accelerate to save yourself, by all means do so. Okay, my battery is about to run out on my camera, and we don't know how long we can keep recording, but well, it's 20.4 now, which is a little bit better than 5 liters per 100. It's 20.5, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a U-turn and head back home at the next U-turn area, which is here, right near the UnitedStar Corporation Service Center. And this is where I service my Toyota for the time being because it's very near, the nearest to my home, and it's very convenient. Of course, UnitedStar Corporation is also the company that loaned us this car for the test. Thanks very much, UnitedStar. And of course, we also sell Toyotas from that same outlet. Yeah, so if you need to buy a Yaris because it's got good fuel consumption, do call me. Yeah, and you'll see our phone number in the notes below. So if you need to buy a car, please do give us a chance. And of course, we also sell some other brands. The most popular brands that are being sold are available through our channel. And now we have done 28 kilometers. I hope the battery doesn't run out on that face camera there. And our reading is 20.6. So we're going to go out and join the mainstream here. So we have 28.4 kilometers and we have 20.5 kilometers per liter. It's been consistent at 20.5 for the last 2 kilometers. So I think that's about the typical fuel consumption at between 60 to 80 kilometers per hour. Yes, so the official figure for this car is 7.0, and I think that is because they have a kind of a standard where they test at certain speeds and certain type of acceleration for how many seconds and things like that. So they do have some kind of standard, and of course we don't do that type of test. We just do a road test because that's what you do with your car. You drive on the road, yeah. And let's see, we have 20.4. That is still under 5 liters per 100 because at 20 is exactly 5 liters per 100. That type of sum I can do lah. The more complicated ones are a bit difficult. You need a calculator. Okay, we have dropped to 20.3 because of the hill. Yeah. And we have done 29.9. And the reading is 30 kilometers. We have done 20.3 kilometers per hour. Yes. And we have gone beyond 30 kilometers. We are heading home to home base. So there's a bit of a jam in front. It dropped momentarily to 20.2, but it went back to 20.3. Maybe it's because I was looking at the beautiful Miata that was on the left and was distracted. Lovely NC. Okay, so we are streaming into the left lane because I intend to turn left pretty soon. It's always good to get into the correct lane and not wait for the last minute to dive across somebody else's nose. Oh, there's a motorbike going the wrong way. Oh no. Okay, you've got 20.5. Okay, so that means the threshold of 20 point something is very, very much within reach. Okay, it's dropped to 20.3, which is what we got at 30 kilometers distance, and it's back to 20.4, so it's around here lah. So okay guys, let's take 20.3 or 20.4 as the result that we got today. The best reading was actually higher, but because of averaging on distances, we now have 20.4 officially, and here is where we're going to end our test drive. Thank you very much for being with us, and if you haven't subscribed, please do help us. Click on that button and subscribe, because we're trying to hit 100,000 very, very quickly. We're very, very near. We just need a few more clicks to hit 100,000 subscribers. And thank you very much guys for all your support through these last 2.5 years. Really, really appreciate it. Alright then, so till we meet again in the next video, we have 20.6 kilometers per liter, and bye bye. See you. Aren't you going to say bye bye, Mom?